Hi, welcome back to my channel. It's Priscilla here, and today I'm starting a new segment on my channel called Keep It Real. This is where I'm going to be discussing every topic under the sun and just having a chit chat with you guys. So I'm going to discuss and let you guys know my experience of bullying, how I dealt with being black in Australia, and so on and so forth. So let's start from the beginning. I came to Australia when I was 5, if you haven't watched my previous videos, and I went to 2 different primary schools and 1 high school. So the first primary school, I didn't really feel like I dealt with any racism that I can remember, but my second primary school, okay, that was a lot of rubbish in that school, okay? So I'll say around the age of maybe 6 to 12, if I can remember, I dealt with a lot of bullying, a lot of verbal and physical bullying, okay? People were not nice to me at all. They were just so sour. I didn't really have a problem with making friends in primary school. It was more so just people being uneducated, I think, and not, I don't know, maybe not seeing a black person before in their life. So I just got the first hand of everything that I felt. So I'll share with you guys a few stories of some of the bullying that I experienced in primary school and high school and how I dealt with it growing up. So I'll say the first experience of bullying that I remember was when I was in primary school and I was just playing around in with my friends in school, and this person came to me and called me a black piece of shit. And we were just, what, like 6, 7 years old? And I remember I was crying and I ran to the teacher and I told them what this person had said to me. And the teacher took me to that person and that person had to apologize. That was my first experience. And then from then on, it just kept happening. Okay. I got called pretty much every name in the book that you can think of. And I remember there's probably 2 or 3 stories that I remember vividly. A few times when I would walk home from school, there were these 2 people, and I'd say they're probably in grade 6, so they were about to go to high school, and they were like saying some comments behind me, and I was walking home by myself, and then they ended up throwing like pieces of pen on my head, and one fell inside my dress, and I turned around and I didn't really say anything. I was like, what, 10 years old? And then they started laughing and I was just like,
if you saw me now, I will get my hands on you, okay? I will put my hands on you.
And one thing that really annoyed me, I would say, I'm not black, I'm brown, okay? And I would actually get a piece of paper that was black and I would put it next to my skin and I'd be like,
this is black, I am brown.
But still that didn't change anything, of course. But you know, I tried. And I think the name calling really affected me in terms of even when you were little, you actually know that what they were saying isn't okay. And I would go home crying a lot of times. And one time someone called me chocolate, and I went home crying and I told my mum, and my mum told me,
go back to them and you call them milk, and I drink you every morning.
Thank you, Mum. I really appreciate that. That really helped me in primary school. One time I was walking home alone and there was this boy walking behind me. I don't know, I feel like people just like to fight with me for some reason. I just have like fight me on my forehead, and this kid pushed me and I turned around and I was like, are you okay? Like, can I help you? And then we were actually in the middle of the street where cars were passing, and this kid swung at me and hit me in the face. And I remember his mum was actually in front of him, and I was looking at her and I was like, are you gonna do anything about this? Your son is hitting a girl. But I guess that explained a lot what goes on in that household, because she didn't do anything. She was letting him swing at me, try and hit me, and I was trying to defend myself. And we were fighting in the street like we were brawling in a movie. And after that, my cousin, who actually went to school near my primary school, started walking me home. And we also had another experience with my cousin where a boy started to fight my cousin, and I had to run to his house, and I called his mom, and then the mom had to come and stop the fight. And this was all due to racism. because we were different. And that really was like an on and off thing in primary school. And then when I went to high school, you would think that would stop, but no, people still wanted to bully Priscilla. Okay. Moving on to high school, I still got bullied for the way I looked, especially my lips. Okay. People love to diss me about my lips. Okay. It's like, why are your lips so big? Wow, you got really big lips.
Really? Thank you. Because I didn't have a mirror in my damn household telling me I had big ass lips. Thank you.
In primary school, I had a little tooth over here and it actually stuck out and we called it little tooth. And when I say we, I mean my bullies called it little tooth. And I would get bullied about my teeth, my lips, my skin. Another person that I actually remember vividly was this boy in high school, and he would tease me every single day about my teeth, about my lips, all the damn time. And you know what happened? This person ended up being one of my close friends at the end of high school. And I don't know if I actually ended up talking to him about it, but I'm hoping he learned that not to judge a book by its cover, because really he ended up being really a good friend to me. But in the beginning of high school, he was the biggest bully to me. Through primary school and high school, the way I dealt with it was, I would say I was the class clown. Not really, but I would love to make people laugh. And I feel like over time, when people got to know me, they would stop calling me names and want to be my friend. And it makes me laugh now because, I don't know, I think it's weird how you want to bully someone but you end up wanting to be their friend. But who wouldn't want to be friends with me? Okay, I'm hilarious. What can I say? Okay. Through primary school and high school, bullying was really a problem for me. And I think it came down to people not being educated and not being brought up to be open-minded, and to, I will say, they weren't home trained properly, because I feel like if the kids were taught with respect, they wouldn't go out and just say whatever they want to somebody that they don't know and not care about how that person feels. Correct? Living in Australia and being black was difficult for me, and I'm speaking personally because of what I experienced and what was said to me and done to me physically, verbally. And growing up in Australia, I've dealt with a lot of uneducated people, because the questions that I get asked, the comments that I've said to me, I'm just like, what is wrong with you? Like, why would you say that? Do you not know anything? Living in 2017 and seeing how people relate to black culture, it makes me laugh, especially with the Kylie Jenner lips, because I feel like I deserve to get some coins. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna leave my PayPal account, and we can do direct debit and people can start sending me funds, because the bullying I received about these lips, and now people want to have these lips. And also watching people, I'll say, appropriate black culture in terms of music. Like, it's amazing that people love black cultured music. Go you, boo-boo. Do the dab, do the whip, do everything. But to me, I don't want to sound rude, but it's kind of like, you don't know the things that I went through. And you people that want to be jumping up and down to Drake music, you were the same people telling me you black this, you black that, but now you loving our music. You loving our music, huh? But I'm not trying to be rude. In terms of the bullying and racism and living in Australia, I felt like, to me, I feel like because there wasn't a lot of black people in Australia, in my eyes, people just were quick to judge. And I just feel like, luckily for me, I was strong enough to not let it get to me and not demise my thought process and growing up. But for other people, like, you hear about people committing suicide because of bullying, and it's just heartbreaking. And for me, I'm not crying, I was just burping. But basically, I'll say my experience living in Australia was difficult growing up. I'd say now it's a bit better, but I feel like it's because of people wanting to get into this black culture, the music, the style, the hair, which is amazing as well. But at the same time, I kind of just bite my tongue a little bit, and I kind of can be a little bit sour because I'm just thinking of everything that was said to me and done to me, and now people just are loving it. And it's a bit weird for me. But in terms of the bullying and racism as well, I feel like if someone is getting bullied, if you are getting bullied, or if you are a bully, please talk to somebody, talk to a friend, talk to your mum, talk to the school educator or teacher, because keeping it inside, it can make you a very angry person. And I feel like if you keep it inside as well, it will eventually destroy you. For anyone who is getting bullied, I just want to say to you, stay strong. You will get through it, and you will see it through at the end. Because I thought I would never stop getting bullied, I wouldn't have friends, and in the end people wanted to be friends with me because of me, and they look past what I look like. And it takes time for people, because they need to learn that you can't do things to people, and you can't just judge people on the way they look. Okay, but so far living in Australia, I love Australia. I love living in Melbourne. I love being black. I love the way I am. And you really have to grow into yourself to love who you are and the way you look, because everybody now wants Kylie Jenner lips. I mean Priscilla lips. Basically, my opinion is that people shouldn't judge people at all, because everybody's born different, everybody is different, and you should just live in your truth and be yourself. Okay, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, leave a comment if you'd like to, and also if you are getting bullied, if you have been bullied, leave a comment down below how you dealt with it, if you have any encouraging comments for anybody who is dealing with it. And yeah, okay, I'll see you guys soon. Okay, see you guys. I'm gonna do, oh my god, this is why I never finish my videos. Like, I've been for like 3 hours because I can't speak. This is where I'm gonna be discussing blah 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 on my channel called Keep It Real. This is where I'm gonna be I can't talk.